This is part 2 of the episode I have with Cal. So if you are on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell. And if you are on your favorite streaming platform, thank you for tuning in, and make sure you leave a rating.
A good one.
Cal, where were we?
Who was being anti-Semitic?
You were. All right, I ain't trying to get canceled by them. I need their money. Yes, we were.
Yeah.
I think we were at the part where we were talking about, like, give me a reason why is anti-Semitic without saying it's anti-Semitic.
Right. And I don't believe that many of the things that they do can say that.
Mm-hmm.
So, the idea of Jesus was black, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because where he came from and where he lived at during that time period and all of that, it don't even make sense for him not to be black.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's anti-Semitic to say the black people are the real Jewish people.
Mm-hmm.
How does that make sense? How are we saying that during that time period it was black people there?
Mm-hmm.
And saying that it's anti-Semitic to say the black people are the real Jewish people?
Mm-hmm.
Or they call you an Israelite. Some of those people who identify as Israelites do be saying some very wild shit all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. So to call you that, it's an insult.
Yeah.
You know? But, like, how can you say that that's wrong while also accepting the idea that Jesus had to be black because of where he was at in his geographic location during that time period?
Yeah.
But then we get to say that that's anti-Semitic. It seems like a lot of the things that are considered to be anti-Semitic are just things that we don't want to be said.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't make it wrong.
Yeah.
That doesn't make it wrong. It's just you don't want me to say that.
Yeah.
For whatever reason you have.
Yeah.
So, like, with the whole Palestine and Israel thing they got going over there now, talking about whose land it is, it's really not either one of y'all's. So, you know, of course, you don't want people that live anywhere to be displaced and have their shit taken over. So, yeah, you know, we're going to support the correct side in that. But is that a fight that I'm invested in?
Yeah.
No. Me personally, I can't be invested in no fight other than for the liberation of black people globally. Because every other group has had their hand in oppressing us however they can, or doing the most that they can to separate themselves from us so that they can climb up the ladder of white supremacy. So don't come and need our help when they start reminding you that you are not in fact white. It's not how that works. I can't be there. Do I want the Asian people to get killed? Of course not. Am I going to be going around talking about stop Asian hate when they following me around in the stores in my neighborhood? Fuck no. It's not going to happen. So it's like, and that's my problem when I was saying I do want a lot of you niggas to change your opinions. It's those niggas. It's those niggas for me. That it's like you always have something to say in everybody else's behalf. You know, on the side, oh, well, right is right and wrong is wrong. Well, save all the right that you have for our help and our fights that your ass won't get into. Because if you don't have nothing to say for that, I don't want to hear you saying under that other shit. Talking about they'll stop Asian hate. Y'all killing me. You killing me. I want to hear you talking about motherfucking free Palestine. But then when I get to talking about prison abolition, y'all ass are mute or looking at me like I'm crazy.
Yeah.
But you get all of these things, and I wish when Kanye say he's jealous of the Jewish people, I agree. I'm jealous for different reasons. I'm jealous that racism doesn't hold as much weight as the word anti-Semitic. That's why I'm jealous and I'm jealous that fucking everybody can say anti-Semitic. But you have these people, they will have somebody on video calling people nigger. And are they going to just, like, take this down because I said that? I don't know. I hope not. I'm black, y'all.
No, they're not going to take it down.
But they got people on video calling people nigger, talking about they fucking lips look like rubber tires, all kind of shit like that. And they say, oh, he got fired because of some racially charged comments, no, it's not racially charged. Bitch, it's racist. Say that.
Yeah.
Just say that. But as soon as I mention the word Jewish, it's anti-Semitic. Y'all don't get the fuck on.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, like, come on, man. Come on, y'all killing me. And my thing, like, I saw one lady, a white lady on Twitter. I don't know who she was. She had a blue check, though. Somebody knows her.
Yeah.
And she said something about when you say that the Jewish people are rich, that's the same as saying all Mexicans are illegal and all black people are criminals. It's like, well, hold the fuck on. Hold the fuck on. One, you had to take something that should be seen as a positive and compare that to things that are super negative. Yeah. And why is that the first thing your mind went to anyway? I mean, it's probably some shit you halfway believe.
Yeah.
But beyond that point, it's not the fucking same.
Yeah.
Because saying all black people are criminals is the reason why these white ladies who they fucking clutch their purse that I would never even touch. I wouldn't buy my mama some of the shit that they be wearing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not finna steal your fucking purse, lady. You clutching her purse, locking her windows in her raggedy ass car. I don't want your Toyota Corolla. Why are you fucking locking these doors? You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's because they think that all black people are criminals. And that's why they be calling the police on us and shit. And say, oh, we criminals, and then we die. Then after we die and they find out we wasn't criminals, they go back and look up all the fucking parking tickets we've ever had in our life to try to make it seem like we criminals. That's not the same as me saying Jewish people own all the property in America. That's not the same. And so, and it's like my problem with that is they always compare some shit that somebody else is going through. And this is not even going through. Nobody's harmed by Kanye saying this. Nobody's facing any kind of harm by him saying that. Like, I mean, like, real harm. You can say somebody's feelings hurt and all that type of shit. But I'm saying, like, actual harm. Nobody lost their life. Nobody lost their job. School got closed down. Nobody got displaced because somebody decided they like their neighborhood. So we're going to raise the taxes so y'all can't afford it and then sell y'all houses for cheap. Nobody is facing any kind of shit like that. And this is how it gets treated. And they say it's the same as what the black people went through. No, the fuck it's not. Like, I was talking to this one young lady who went to Dominican with us. She's Hispanic. And we were saying, you know, nobody go through the shit that black people go through. And she was like, aren't the kids down there in cages at the border right now? And I'm like, that's super fucked up. It's super fucked up. They should have never did no shit like that. Yeah. They need to let them people out. But where are you at? You sit here at this table with me. Yeah. When we was talking about slavery, all our ass was down there on the field. Except the ones who had other fucking obligations. But it was everybody. So yeah, it's fucked up. I hate that they doing that to them people. I hate that Joe Biden said he was gonna let them people out so he could get his votes, and then he didn't let nobody out. I hate all of that shit. But how long has that been going on? We're gonna say since like 2017 at the earliest, because that's when Trump got in. I know he ain't do that shit day one. We're gonna say since 2017 that's been happening. That's 5 years. Divide 400 by 5. Come on. They gotta stop trying to compare all that shit to us. Like, it's just not the same. So when they do that, it's infuriating. Because it's like, I can't even get you niggas to believe that we're going through the kind of shit that we're going through. Yeah. To want to step into the fight that we are having that affects you. Like, it was a guy on the basketball team with us at Dominican. And he was saying, oh, yeah, you know, all that shit y'all going through, I feel you, you know, it's definitely fucked up, but it's not my fight. Why is it not? Why is it not?
What was their race?
Oh, he was black.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I meant to say that.
So is he African-American black or is he African?
No, yeah, regular black. We didn't have any Africans on our team.
You're right. Keep going.
Yeah, Tone was Haitian, but...
And he said, it's not my fight.
He said it's not his fight because it didn't affect him personally.
Oh, okay.
But it's like, nah, nigga, like, in this place where we are treated based on what they can see. And what they can see on me, they can see on you. It is your fight. And my thing is, it shouldn't even take the possibility for it to be you, for you to step into some shit being wrong. That's not what it should take. I don't think, like, when women have, like, specific women's issues that they go through, it obviously can't happen to me. I'm supposed to sit there and say, well, fuck it, all the women, y'all on y'all own. Hell no, that's wrong, ain't it? Yeah. That's wrong. So Now it's different. It's different for me to say all these other races of people, y'all on as a reaction to you mistreating me.
Yeah.
As a reaction to you mistreating me, that's way fucking different from, oh, that shit just ain't got nothing to do with me.
Mm-hmm.
No, as a matter of fact, that shit that y'all going through does have something to do with me, because it's going to remind you that they don't fuck with you either. And that you will never be them, so you can stop trying, and you can stop trying to put us down.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I'm not happy you going through it, but I'm not finna go and put my effort into preventing it either, because there's some child somewhere on the south side that need my help that I would be way happier to assist than helping any of y'all else.
Yeah.
So when I see these black people that they always get the cape for everybody else, fuck y'all. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I can't say it no nicer.
I'm with you.
Like, it be that simple. So those the niggas, I do want their opinions to change, but I don't even have too much hope for them.
Yeah.
And that's why earlier I say I love black people that love black people, not y'all less.
Yeah, I'm with you. That's some of the things that I think about when I do good, because of who this doing good could affect, and it could affect those same ignorant motherfuckers that shouldn't have this benefit from all the work that I'm putting in for our community.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you still got to do it.
Right. And that's the thing. It's like you have to do it, because you can't save some of us and not save all of us. Because as long as some of us are still facing that same danger of white supremacy, we are all still facing it.
Yeah.
All of us.
Yeah.
So it's impossible to exclude the ones. I can't only help the black people that love black people, as much as I wish I could. But, I understand 100% with the, I'm not trying to help y'all last. Definitely not trying to help the people that always got the cape for everybody else, for sure. But, some things, I feel like that's an unintended benefit I can live with. Some of this other shit, hell no.
I wish that Kanye would have been more specific with the type of Jewish people he was referring to. He was referring to white Jews. And I wish he would have made that bluntly clear, because he made it pretty clear. George Floyd, fentanyl. Like, when you talking about us, you were pretty specific. You were pretty detailed. You didn't watch the documentary? Right. Candace Boyd? Candace Owens? Sorry. Right. Candace Boyd, that's a real person. Candace Owens? Yeah. But when you get to talking about the Jewish community, you do not give us specifics.
Right.
You punk out.
Well, the only thing I can say about that is he did post a bunch of motherfuckers' faces on his Instagram.
Okay.
He did do that.
Yes.
So, and in the interview, he definitely should have said names. Tell me who the fuck you talk about. I absolutely agree.
Yes.
But he did post everybody.
Yes.
He posted all their names and shit. I think that's why he got suspended one of those times or something. I don't know. But
that context matters for simple-minded people, the people that why you just want to say they're rich instead of Jewish. Right. You need to know that I'm talking about white Jews, right? Because ain't no black Jew finna be rich and run the music industry, right? They're still gonna be a pawn even if they're Jewish. Yeah, but
exactly. That's what they don't understand. It's like the race plays a part in everything.
Yes,
it's like when you ever hear a white person talk and they say, "Oh, there was a woman, blah blah blah, whatever," right? And I'm supposed to automatically know that she was white. I'm just supposed to know that. Whereas when whatever same experience, oh man, there was this black chick at the bar. She was hot.
Yeah.
Black is always included.
Yeah.
Now I do recognize that as a black person, I do that same thing.
Yeah.
If I say it was a man, it was a guy, it was a nigga, any of that, I all mean the same thing. I'm talking about black people. Because if it was a white man, I'm gonna tell you, this white man had me fucked up, blah, 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 whatever day. Or this white man helped me, whatever the situation is. But it's like, considering that they're the people that's in power. Yeah. It makes a difference. Yeah. So I feel like, with the whole thing, when they talk about, black people, a lot of people say black people can't be racist. I agree. Yes. We don't have the power to hold any kind of system. Yes. Which is what that is. Anytime you add ism to anything, it denotes that that's a particular system. We don't have the power to run any system. Yes. But then they say, oh, well, I've seen black people be prejudiced. I don't even know if I call it prejudice if it's based on a reaction. If a woman has been assaulted before by a man, and she is fearful of men, that's a natural reaction that everybody understands.
Mm-hmm.
If a woman is close to somebody who was assaulted and she becomes fearful of men, everybody understands.
Mm-hmm.
But when I decide to say that white people are guilty until proven innocent, and they have to prove to me that they are not racist, because I don't have the time to figure out whether they are or not, because by the time I figure it out, my life could be in jeopardy.
Mm-hmm.
That's not fucking prejudice. That's a reaction to centuries
Mm-hmm.
of abuse.
Mm-hmm.
It's not me being prejudiced. It's me being smart. I'm trying to fucking live.
Yeah.
The same way, now I know certain neighborhoods, certain blocks and certain neighborhoods not to take my ass on, especially at certain times of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And if I do go over there, I need to get the fuck in and get the fuck out.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be outside standing there on nobody's porch, none of that. Why am I doing that?
Mm-hmm.
Because of the history of what happened in that place and what's going on there.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to call me wrong for staying out of certain neighborhoods because I don't want to get shot.
Mm-hmm.
But when I say I want to stay away from white people, it's all, you wrong. That's racist. If they said that, it's racist. No, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if they said it is racist. If a white person said I need to stay away from black people, it is racist. Because white people are the ones with a history of violence against us.
Mm-hmm.
Not the other way around, no matter how many fucking movies they make trying to scare you.
Mm-hmm.
It's not how it works. It's not ever how it went. So, I'm just tired of all of that shit. All around.
Have you seen the recent things that's happened in the media with Kyrie Irving and him?
Oh my God. Shit is ridiculous. So I haven't seen the movie that he shared.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the movie. I haven't watched it.
Yeah.
Somebody I know watched it and said I should watch it. And
Yeah.
they was like, this shit raw.
Yeah. Not this shit raw.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said the shit was raw. But, so I haven't seen it.
Mm-hmm.
But do you know? So they said it's filled with anti-Semitic things, and he posted it, and he's promoting that, and he has the platform and all of this.
Yeah.
This nigga tweeted a link.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna find every person. You know, Morgan Wallen been in the top 5 of the fucking Billboard chart for like a year and a half or some shit. He's selling 40-something thousand album units a week. And his album is old as hell. It's like 4 times platinum now or some shit like that. I'm going to go find every person that streamed any of those songs or shared a link to any of those songs. And they're all racist. Because Morgan Wallen was on camera saying nigga and shit.
Yes.
So everybody who listened to that shit, y'all are all racist.
Yes.
If I could sit here and I'm going to say that Kyrie Irving is anti-Semitic because he shared a link.
Yes. I stand behind that.
Come on, man. Come on. You see what I'm saying? And nobody is saying that.
Yes.
Nobody is saying that all of the Trump supporters are racist.
Yes.
Because this man was trying to build a wall.
Yes.
The man fucking had the whole Muslim ban banning people from all 7 of those countries and shit. Nobody is saying, what's the word for fucking being anti-Muslim? We don't even fucking have one. So I had to just come up with that off the top of my head.
I actually did research to figure out what is another word. What's a word for being anti-Christian? They didn't give it a cute word like anti-Semitic. They said They said Christian phobic.
Christian-phobic.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny.
It's stupid.
Yeah. But the thing is, they can't give you word for that because who would you even say has ever been Christian-phobic? Like, you can't say that.
That's that's the number one religion.
Right. Exactly. But it's a whole bunch of people I could tell you hate the Muslims.
Yeah.
Oh, so many fucking Muslim hate crimes. I was just watching Law and Order SVU 2-3 days ago, and they had a whole episode on there. It's a great episode.
Yeah.
Great episode. But they don't even have a word for that shit.
Yeah.
Did nobody have no word for all of that when Trump was banning all them people?
Uh-huh.
But this nigga shared a link on his anti-Semitic. Shaq and Charles Barkley on there talking about he should be suspended and all that kind of shit. Like, come on, man. If y'all can't be serious, because he tweeted a link, I think he should have been disciplined. Why? Y'all gonna tell this grown ass man what he could watch in his spare time? But shouldn't nobody be disciplined for watching Candace Owens documentary? And Candace Owens is saying all this shit that has been proven wrong.
Yes.
that has already been proven wrong, and it's
White,
supposed to
white people.
right, and it's supposed to get y'all thinking bad about people. That's why I said it wasn't weird for George Floyd, the daughter, his daughter's mother to sue, because that shit has already been proven wrong.
Yes,
and it's like when they do shit like that, there's no repercussion for that.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's no word for that. So it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be fuck Kyrie Irving. They played the Bulls last night. I turned the game on until it was 8 minutes and something left in the game clock. It started with 12 minutes and it's not continuous. They got fouls and timeouts and shit. Mm-hmm. Until it was 8 minutes and 40 something seconds left on the game clock, they were talking about Kyrie Irving tweeting that link. Mm-hmm. The Nets were playing a game the same day they fired their coach, mm-hmm. and they spent that long talking about Kyrie Irving. And that tweet.
You know who they hired?
They're supposed to be hiring Ime Udoka.
Yeah.
Which is wild. That situation was wild too.
So is it any morals in that hire for the Nets organization?
So the thing, I think that was a very tricky situation because first they came out and reported that he had a consensual relationship. I don't know what's wrong. Obviously, you're not supposed to do that in the workplace. I understand why he faced discipline for that, right? But as far as morals, I don't know.
Well, you cheat on your wife.
Okay, you know how many people in the NBA, NFL, MLB, Major League Soccer, all cheating?
Yes.
Damn. You know how many motherfuckers work at Walgreens cheating? We supposed to fire everybody that's a cheater?
Well,
wouldn't nobody ever have a job.
On his wife. That's the moral part.
Oh, but that's what I'm saying.
The immoral part is cheating on your wife.
Okay, right. So with that, anybody that's ever cheated on somebody, I'm not supposed to hire them. You know how many? Come on, how many people would really have a job?
Okay, maybe ethics is what I'm trying to, instead of morals, because work ethics is a thing, right? That's where you get the discipline from of fraternizing with the staff. Mm-hmm. That's unethical to do in business.
Correct.
And so there's no ethics with the Nets organization if you now choose that man to replace your head coach, but condemn Kyrie for... Because the Nets owner is the one that called him out.
Yeah, he was tweeting about the shit 10 minutes after Kyrie tweeted it. I saw that. Yeah. Chinese guy, right? I think so. Joe Tsai, I think is how you say it. It's Tsai. I think that guy's Chinese. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get about the ethics of it and all of that. I just don't know. I don't know if that's enough for me to judge somebody for hiring this coach. Because what he did, in the grand scheme of life, if this man was a pedophile, if this man had assaulted someone and this was not a consensual relationship, then okay, y'all wrong as hell.
Yeah,
y'all wrong. And I think the NBA does a pretty good job with that. That's why Miles Bridges is sitting at home watching the games like I am. As far as the ethics of who we should have around us and all of that, but the Celtics didn't feel it was bad enough to fire him. If the Celtics didn't feel it was bad enough to fire him, I should be able to hire him too. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if I can say that that's a decision that's reflective of their ethics or morals, because it's well, shit, y'all had to discipline him, y'all did it, and that's the end of it. And they said they would allow him to leave. This nigga's still under contract.
Well, when you do something at your job, and mm-hmm. now you're not at that job anymore, that job history follows you. And so they could mm-hmm. potentially, your new potential employer could call your old employer and say, hey, what can you say about their character or whatever?
Yeah.
And they could be like, well, they fraternize with the staff.
Right.
And everyone in corporate world knows that that's a big no-no. Mm-hmm. And so for someone to know that during this present day, to hire somebody that is a corporate work environment, that can fuck their work environment up. But to just not hire them because of them cheating, I get that. That has nothing to do with your performance. Mm-hmm. But to do something that could affect the work environment, that makes no sense for me. But you condemn a player about something that has to do with morals and it has nothing to do with ethics.
Yeah. I just don't think that they should concern themselves with either one. Mm-hmm. I don't think that.
I'm with you.
So I do think that I think it speaks more to the power of this anti-Semitism shit
Yes.
than it does about the ethics with hiring Udoka.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if that's your case, obviously I can see what you're saying. Like, y'all are not the moral police. Y'all are not the ones trying to figure out what's right and what's wrong, for sure, 100%. And then y'all are when it comes to Kyrie Irving. Yeah, that seems contradictory. That don't fit for your character, especially to do this days apart.
Yes.
Right?
It's okay to cheat on your wife. It's okay to.
Yeah.
But it's not okay to do the.
Mm-hmm. And definitely, that's exactly what you mean. But I don't think they should be concerned with that. I really, obviously we don't have all the details about what happened in Boston, but I don't know if they should have suspended that man for a whole year.
I mean, we don't really need to know the details. Just that what happens at y'all workplace was supposed to stay with y'all and him and his family. That had nothing to do with our ears. But what we do know is,
I think a little bit. If y'all gonna tell us half the information.
Tell us all of it.
If you're going to say, right, if it's private, then keep it private.
Yeah.
We don't need to know. But they definitely leaked that information themselves. Nobody else knew.
I agree.
They leaked that information themselves and talked about it. And then after it got leaked and everybody on the internet was trying to guess who it was and started picking out every woman in the organization, then it was like, okay, well, now we got to protect the women, so we can't give no details. Well, y'all shouldn't have did that anyway. No, y'all only got 3 women that work for y'all.
Yeah.
So if that's what y'all was gonna do, and now you want to protect the women, then that's kind of dumb.
Yeah,
that was kind of dumb. And I think then once they say that he was the only one who was penalized, then it makes a difference, because now it makes it seem like as if he's done something that we all would consider immoral, as if it was something that was non-consensual.
Yeah,
like that was the way that the picture was painted.
Yeah,
when it's like, okay, at that point now this is something that's way different. But then if it was that, I'm hoping y'all would fire him.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't, if this is a consensual relationship, y'all got to suspend him for a year?
Yeah.
Or is it because, I don't know if this is true or not, don't sue me, but I saw on the internet, they say it was somebody's wife.
Yes.
So if it's somebody's wife, that's why he's suspended? Is this personal? Is this the male ego like you talking about? Yeah. He fucked my wife, and I got to penalize him.
That's the story that I got as well.
Right. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, if that's the case, if that's what's going on, then y'all wrong for that.
He's a VP of finance.
Yeah. I saw that too. And all right, so you high up and your wife wanted Udoka, so now he got to be punished. That's wrong. That's wrong. And that's why they don't want to say who it was. So they say, oh, yeah, the woman didn't get any consequence. The only thing that made me question if it really was that man's wife was like, does his wife work for the team too?
Yeah, she does.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting. But then it's like, well, why she don't get no penalty? And do she still get to go home with you? Did he throw out like dude did on Diary of a Mad Black Woman? If he didn't do all of that, then you need to let that man go coach his team.
I mean, no, you nigger boy.
Right. You see what I'm saying?
Like, fuck my wife and get away with it.
That's crazy. Your wife fucked him. That's how that happened. He didn't do it by himself.
Oh no, they both fucked.
Right. That's what I'm saying. They did it together.
Yeah.
They did that together. So you can't face the penalty, and he don't. I mean, she don't face it.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But that means that the reason y'all are penalizing him is not right. And I can't imagine the vice president of the team, like the team's finances, who is in the front office, can't imagine his wife has a position that's lower than the coach. I can't imagine that. So then at that point, who's the subordinate?
I would think that her position is lower. I think they were saying like she's like the liaison between like transporting people. Like she would book.
She booking flights.
She would book flights and shit.
Okay, right, but that's not. But that is somebody that's in the front office.
Yeah.
That's not somebody that is a subordinate under the coach. The subordinate coaches are the assistant coaches, the people who work directly with the team.
I don't know. I think that maybe like the power structure is like if you had to give her position a lesser role, a title of a lesser role, like I can see her role being less important than the coaches, the head coach, but I can see the VP of finances being more
important for the overall structure of the business. Yes. Absolutely. But the thing is, it's not about a lesser role. It's about the fact like it's wrong in the workplace to have sex with your subordinates, for sure.
Yes.
But if you are not my subordinate, just because you have a lower role does not make you my subordinate. It's not like a line hierarchy. It's branches.
She could very well be getting
if I'm in this
wife.
branch and you in that branch, then you are not my subordinate, whether I'm higher up in this branch or not.
He could be pressuring her to get better flights for his wife and his children to the games over others. They'll figure out whatever the fuck they can because they have that privilege to do so.
Or they could just say, I'm going to suspend you, and we don't have to give out none of the details for y'all to judge whether it's right or wrong.
Yeah.
And we all just sitting there, and that's what we got to take. Yeah. I feel it. But it's like, that shit was all weird as hell to me. We should have put that on the weird and all.
Well, that's old news.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have any last words on this anti-Semitic topic that we're on at the moment?
I think everybody who has ever spoken the word anti-Semitic needs to figure out how to get that same vengeance when we're talking about racism and we're talking about black people losing our fucking lives. Not somebody's feelings being hurt. Not pointing out something that we all know is the fucking truth and we just can't say it's the truth because it's wrong to acknowledge it. Talking about life or death. Talking about school closures being fucking common. Talking about the fucking over-policing and horrible policing at the same time of our neighborhoods. We motherfucking, why do y'all have time to ride around behind cars and see if I got a motherfucking expired license plate, but you don't have time to solve more than fucking 40% of the murders? I'm talking about that kind of shit. Talking about the fact that the police in the city of Chicago was saying that it was a travesty that the budget was cut and they didn't have enough money in the budget to buy bulletproof vests for the officers. But then y'all sending bulletproof vests over to fucking Ukraine. But then y'all closing schools and got kids walking through motherfucking opposite gang territory and y'all ain't donated a motherfucking bulletproof vest to nobody in the city. But y'all sending that shit over there and taking money away from the school system. Why are you saying we need a bigger budget? While the budget for the fucking Chicago police is like $1.3 billion a year. So if you don't care about all of that shit that I just said, I don't want to hear shit you got to say about anti-Semitism. Y'all can keep that shit far away from me. And as a black person, if you supporting that shit and you supporting people that don't care about nothing we talking about, it's like some things you just got to measure the magnitude. It's not about, oh, wrong is wrong. It's some things are wrong and more fucked up than others, objectively. People losing their lives is more fucked up than anything that y'all said that was anti-Semitic, regardless. So if you don't have that motherfucking same burning fire in you to go condemn motherfuckers for that, or if it's not that heartbreaking that you just lost for words when you hear it, when that shit happens to black people, don't mention no damn anti-Semitism to me and think you're going to get a good response. I'm going to tell you, get the fuck out of my face. That's what I'm going to say.
That's it?
Hell yeah. For now.
Okay, I'm going to give you some time to calm down, and I'll give some last words because I didn't really give much on this topic. I'm more progressive. I'm more so not really diving into the educating part. We can do that later. I'm more so focused on what can we do to change our situations, right? And our number one issue is that we are not humans. We are not considered fully humans in America, right? And so we cannot be considered for anything legislative, for anything administrative, if we do not walk in the light of being fully human. And so what that means is if you look at the Constitution when it was created, it says that we were 3/4 of a human, right? And if you look at it today, it still says that shit. And that's because we are not fully human to them. That's why there's a such thing as the black vote. If you get the black vote, you can win the fucking election because a black vote means that you done added up 3/4 of a vote, right? 3/5 of a vote. I'm sorry, 3/5 of a human. 3/5 of a human, 3/5 of a vote. You do it, you get as much as those gonna equal up to a lot of fucking votes. So, in order for us to be considered fully human, we have to reclaim our birthright. In order to do that, we all have to come together for one goal, and that is to choose a nationality. Now, they'll say our nationality is to be Moorish American. Moorish Americans will also say our nationality is to be Moorish American. Do you know what the fuck being the Moor is?
Mm-hmm.
You know Moorish Americans?
Like, do I know some personally?
Yes.
I've met a few. I don't have relationships with them, but I've met some.
The uncle you saw today, he's Moorish American.
Okay.
And so we can either choose to all say, hey, we'll be Moorish American just so that we can now be fully American. I mean, fully a human in America. Or we can all come together and just create something else. But we all have to come together and create one nationality, which is where you were born. We were born in America, so we have to be American. But we also have to have something attached to it that's not black. Being black is not real, right? Sorry, but it ain't.
Why not?
Because it's just a color. It's just a race identifier to let them know that you were of slavery. So you are still not fully human. If you have to cross off black when you do your employment, your voting, you're just letting them know that this right here is 3/5 of a vote. This is not fully human. So we have to reclaim our birthright. That's the only way we can even get reparations. Jewish people, they can get reparations from Germany because Germany has a different system that is not the same as the American system. So the Americans, they enslaved us. So they are the ones that have to give us our money back, our 40 acres and a mule. They won't give it to us if we continue to do what they did to us, which is label ourselves as slaves.
I get the point of it. I don't know if that's something that we should be trying to get away from.
What? From being black?
Being black or even being labeled as the formerly enslaved or any of that. I think that's something that has to be constantly reminded.
No, that's fine. I didn't say that. Erase our history.
Yeah, I mean that, but I think it's like, because that plays into everything.
Yeah.
You know? So, and, you know, as far as the black is not real, it's just a color. I think at the time, when they first started calling us black or whoever chose that, you know, I think we could say that then. I think over time, black has become as real as anything else. I think the reason why black people in Chicago and black people in Los Angeles and black people in New York and black people in Louisiana can all tell you about some of the same exact experiences that they've had growing up, whether or not they've been to the other states. I think it's because black has definitely grown into something that is certainly real. And I think it has grown as it was molded into. Because it was like we were definitely growing inside of a mold that white America allowed us to have. We had certain limitations that we could only go so far. And we definitely have fulfilled those expectations and a little more. And it's grown in that way where we just had all these similarities together. I think as far as like just the name of it, when you say black, black, when white people who are white, they might say that they're white first, and then you ask them again, and they can tell you, oh, I'm Irish.
Yeah.
I'm Scottish. I'm this. I'm that.
Nationality.
Right. Well, the thing is, you saying that we need a nationality for nationless people is kind of like, you know, I don't know how we achieve that, because I don't think that America has never been and will never be for us. That's just our place of location for sure, right? But it's like, so we just come up with something that means something different that still lets everybody know that we're still in America.
No, that's that is my confusions with being Moorish American. I asked my uncle the exact same questions. I'm going to go to his practices just to hear what they actually are teaching, because I have a problem with naming myself Moorish American, which is also why I said we don't have to be Moorish American. We just all have to come to a consensus of what we will label ourselves, our nationality. What will that be? Because to be Moor is to be from South, Central, and North America. You were here before slavery. Some of us were here before slavery. Yeah. And so you were a Moor. Some people were from Africa but were born here. They didn't make it. Only 10% of us pretty much made it through the travel, and then the rest of us were born here. And so that's why they say if you're going to reclaim your nationality, it has to be a Moor, because Moors were here. And we are American. We ain't come from no other fucking place because we were born here. Right. But if we want to be something else, we just all have to say that. Because all of this shit is fucking fake. It's whoever was here first. My name was Johnson, and I discovered America. So instead of naming it America, I'm gonna name it Johnson. Mm-hmm. That's pretty much what history is. It's whoever the fuck was here first, and that's the name for it.
Whoever won.
Yeah, whoever won history. That's what it is. Mm-hmm. Moors were here first. They called themselves Moors. So now we got to be Moorish Americans unless we all choose to say, nah, we want to be something else, and that's what we're going to be, and now give us what you owe us.
I feel it.
That's all. That's my take, because we can do education, BCs, and all that shit, but none of that will help us still change what is happening to us until we change what they did, what they labeled all of that, the laws, to rewrite itself for today. Mm-hmm. That's where I'm at with this anti-Semitic shit.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah,
I agree with everything. I like black. I think it works.
I like black culture.
I think because black, if I'm African or I'm Nigerian, I'm gonna tell you I'm Nigerian. If I'm Jamaican, I'm gonna tell you I'm Jamaican. If I'm South African, I'm gonna tell you that. So I think black means what we want it to mean.
Yeah.
Because if I say I'm black, I mean you know where I'm from, and then when you ask me, so where are you really from? Chicago, bitch.
Yeah, but that's not gonna work.
You know why not?
Because that is what they gave us to label us as slaves.
Yeah,
Negroes, slaves, black now.
Yeah, and I think it's fucked up.
Yeah, so we
don't have anything else, but I don't have anything else when everybody else is based on the place. I'm not just finna sit here and say I'm American, like I'm some proud to be American ass nigga. Like, no, it's not that. Mm-hmm. But it's like I lifted the black fist and shit. I don't mean that, but I'm not gonna claim American, but nobody else just claims black either. Mm-hmm. But nobody else who should. We'll say that. Mm-hmm. You know how this shit goes now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm with you though. I think like some of the goals. I just think that I think we're already on that path.
Really?
I think we're already on that path.
I think we're very far from that path.
Really?
Yeah, because we are not educated on just at least what we need to do for us to be considered for legislative laws. Mm-hmm. We're just going to keep voting. Maybe one day we should all withhold our vote and see what happens.
That has been a lot of people's talk recently.
Yes.
And I think that is a horrible idea.
I think that's a great idea.
Only because I am not a proud Democrat either. Mm-hmm. That's not what this is. But the Republicans want to take away everything that we have and that we need.
Yes.
So at that point, it's like I will say that the Democrats are not doing anything with black people in mind.
Yes.
But some of the things that they want to do, we certainly benefit from.
Mm-hmm.
So without those benefits, we would be in a much worse position.
The reason why I say withhold your vote is because if we were withhold our vote, that puts more of pressure on the white Democrats. And so if the white Democrats
and the black ones.
Yeah, but
all together, because Kamala Harris got her ass up there and say, I'm not going to do something specifically for black people. No,
I know, but if
all of them.
White people will not take responsibility for their white privilege and won't do anything if it continues to benefit them.
Correct.
And so if we take away from that benefit, they might actually add into the fight.
Correct.
And so if we withhold our votes, we're taking away some of their benefits. Not all of them. A lot of them are not rich. Majority of them are not rich.
Right.
And so a lot of that Republican shit is not going to help them.
You mean it's not going to help the Democrats when they take away the rights and like the Republicans start taking away shit?
Yes.
Right? Yeah, I agree with that too. So my thing is, by the time if we withhold our votes to teach the Democrats that lesson, the lesson that they learn, we're going to have to learn it at the same goddamn time.
And we just going to have to do that.
Oh,
we just
hell
had
no.
Trump in office.
Right. And they was trying real fucking hard to overturn Medicaid and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so at that point, so when we just withhold our votes, when we withhold our vote, it's not just the president, the Congress, all of that shit all the way down. We withhold that and they get all of the power all together.
Yes.
We're fucked.
See, I'm not talking about all those other seats. I'm talking about just for the president role.
But we can't. It's all on the same ballot. That's the problem.
Because we can try to win Congress. Like, we can have people in places to win Congress to be able to not let them fucking go crazy, but put enough pressure on the white Democrats so that something can help in the back end of us when the next election comes around. We just need 4 years. You ever sat through fucking sufferance before? For a larger gain? That's pretty much what I'm saying.
But I'm saying it's not sitting through sufferance. It's people's lives on the line. If we didn't have I just be canceled last year.
Our lives are on the line right now.
Right, but look. If I didn't have that shit, I'm dead. You see what I'm saying? If I'm not able to go afford the 700, it is that drastic. If they take away Medicaid and my fucking treatments are $700,000 every time I go, you think I have it? I know you know I don't. You see what I'm saying?
I know you.
So it's like it's a whole bunch of people who not gonna see that next election cycle. So I get what you're saying. We need to figure out how to put the pressure on them, but they're in a great position because of how drastic the Republicans are. Because if putting the pressure on them means that we are literally like we're gonna start dying at faster rates. I'm not saying that the Democrats are saving us, but the Medicaid and the welfare and all of that shit, the people eating and like all of that shit is definitely helping. Imagine if they fucking take Section 8 away. You know how many homeless people we about to have. And of course, now the white people use all of these services at greater rates than black people.
Yes.
All of them. But that's still going to leave a high number of black people that are without this shit. And we're going to be real fucked up out here. So it's like, we do need to figure out how to put the pressure on the white Democrats 100%. Letting the Republicans win, though, that's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
who's to say the Republicans will outright win if we withhold our vote?
The numbers say that. With the Democrats barely be winning. Mm-hmm. So if you take away these millions of black votes, they ass about to win. I know that's like that's just what it say.
Unless somebody else can propose a better idea, I'm with my idea because we've never seen it yet. So we can dethrone my idea until we find a better one. For right now, my idea is my idea, and I think that we ain't never tried it. Nobody has ever withheld their vote. Why not try it? See what the fuck happens. We've been told to vote all the damn time. We had the biggest turnout for Trump losing. Let's try to withhold it and see what happens.
Because look, while we had the biggest, like Joe Biden just won.
Yeah.
And he had the most votes out of any presidential candidate ever, right? Donald Trump had the second most. Mm-hmm. So it was close as hell.
Yeah.
It was close as hell.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, when we said, let's see what happens, what's going to happen is what they're telling us is going to happen.
Yeah.
The Republicans are not hiding. They're not saying, oh, we about to give y'all everything and then get in office and don't give us shit. They're telling you from the beginning, from the day that they fucking put their name on the ballot, we not giving you none of that shit. The Head Start, you taking kids to preschool, the EBT so y'all can buy food, the health shit, and we cutting all that. We have to give these tax breaks to them people. They'll give y'all some jobs and then you can afford that shit yourself. That's what they telling us is going to happen from the beginning. So once we see and we know damn well that that's not how it's going to happen, that you give billionaires tax breaks, they're just going to buy bigger boats and not give better paying jobs, then we know damn well that, all right, if we let the Republicans win, there's about to be some people out here that's fucked up. So maybe as young people who in good health and able to work and, we got degrees and, we should be able to go afford life without these government assistance, then maybe we'll be all right. Mm-hmm. I know damn well it's a whole bunch of people that's not going to.
How long you gonna wait until we get reparations?
My whole life, probably. I don't think that shit ever coming. I don't think that shit ever coming.
I think it's more of a possibility to come if we start showing that we do not want to abide by the American system.
Yeah.
Part of that is not voting. Or at least voting when we know that the next person that gets our vote is going to actually do something for us. No one has done anything after they've promised us to do something.
But who has made the promise to do something specifically for black people?
They don't say specifically for black people, but they know that when they say these buzzwords, that sounds good to us because we're the ones that need it the most. Section, all the stuff you already said.
Right, but the thing is, the shit is still here. So
it's here, but it's given to others before it comes to us, because the system is broken, and so if we stop abiding to the system, now we leaving it up for them to figure out who they got to give it to now, and then some of those groups will be disproportionate and feel how it feels to be at the bottom of the totem pole. Mm-hmm. And then the cycle would just keep going, and then those people would become disgruntled workers. And then they'll probably might say, hey, I feel you now. I want to join on your fight. and then we just let it happen for just 4 years, 1 term. Let's see what happens. If that doesn't work, then we can cross that off and say we ain't got to do that again. Man. But we done went through so many presidents, never done it. How many years is that? Like 50 times, 45 times what? 8. That's a lot of fucking years. Mm-hmm. We got to do something different.
I agree. Something different got to be done. But I know we can't afford 4 years of that.
We did 4 years of Trump. I think we could do for 4 years of something worse than that because I don't think Trump was that bad.
Trump was horrible.
I don't think it was that bad.
The reason that the economy is the way that it is right now is because of Donald Trump.
Yes.
It's not because of Joe Biden like people think. Trump was horrible.
Yes, I'm with you.
Trump inherited a great country, but not a great country. I shouldn't say no shit like that. He inherited the country in a great place.
Yes.
Economically and shit like that. And look at where we are now. You never feel the effects of what a president has done until after they leave, unless they have 2 terms. Trump only had 1 term. So during that second term of Obama, during 2012 to 2016, when we started seeing shit really starting to change, Obama came in during the Great Recession.
Yeah.
And left with unemployment numbers lower than they've ever been. Everybody got jobs, and the interest rates in a great place, all of that. Now, of course, the pandemic did happen, and Trump was giving out all of those checks and shit. But we got $1,200, some of us, because I didn't get one.
Yeah.
And you know what the fuck everybody else got? Like way more than that. This is right around with millions.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like millions of dollars that they just got. Now they didn't put nowhere. Didn't reach nobody's check.
Yes.
So beyond all the other shit with him almost about to get us into wars and all of that shit. But the reason he wasn't that bad was because he couldn't do all the shit because we still had a Democrat-controlled Senate.
Yeah.
Or I think it might have been like 50-50.
Yeah.
And the reason that they didn't repeal Obamacare was because John McCain said no. So we got this one fucking Republican vote that he did something great before he died, and probably one of the first few things. But it was like, how fucking lucky we got.
Yeah, that's why I said to off balance us not putting somebody in place for the president. You can still go out and vote for the seats.
Yeah, but it's all the same ballot. It's all the same ballot at the same time. So it's like when you do that. That should tell people, "Oh, just skip that one." I don't know how much power you get, especially when they work in conjunction with the same people. The president is usually pushing the agenda that the Democratic senators are also pushing. So it's like when we put those people in that position, then it's not too much disconnect from there. I think what we really need to do is have people who are knowledgeable and who are on our side and really trying to get shit changed to fill these lower positions. Everybody can't run for president like Willie Wilson. You know Willie Wilson? No. Chicago. So did you hear about when they was giving all that free gas away in the city a little while ago, right? So he's the one who's doing that, always donating hundreds of thousands of dollars for different stuff. He ran for mayor a couple of times. I think he ran for president. Willie Wilson is not going to give votes as the president, right? But maybe I'm not gonna say he could have won senator, but maybe you can go be a congressman and you can push that agenda. We need people who have different ideas to be in the smaller positions because those are the ones that we can definitely vote for. But those are the ones that start the laws and that vote on the shit to pass it to the president. If Joe Biden got something on his desk that was clearly gonna help us, and then he said no, now we can hold him accountable. But if it never gets to his desk, he can't write it. Like he literally, his hands are tied. So he can do shit as an executive order like Obama did. Obama had hella executive orders, and Trump came and repealed all of them on day one. On day one, he said, "Fuck all that shit Obama was talking about," and everything was over.
Okay.
So it's like we got to get the people in those positions. Now you're not saying don't vote for them. Right.
Yes.
But I feel like that's just where the focus needs to be. And then we get a president who's also going to do the same shit. Like when Bernie Sanders was running, I think if Bernie Sanders was president right now, I think shit's a lot different. I think they now offering 10 to 20,000 for them federal student loans.
I'm with you.
I don't think that. But then, I think it was some corruption with him losing in the primaries. But then you also have a lot of Democrats who didn't vote in the primaries. It's like, oh, this the election for president? No. All right, well, I ain't worried about it right now. And it's not, the thing is, I think what we have to realize is black people are in a position where we are still only 13% of the country.
Mm-hmm.
It's very hard to be 13% of anything and mobilize enough to change anything at all.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like some of the expectations and the things that we want to achieve really just might not be realistic.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a whole bunch of realistic shit that we can do that is going to make a hell of a difference.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, figuring out how we can change laws on a national scale, we might not be able to. But we can put hella fucking pressure on Lori Lightfoot.
Yeah.
We didn't have to vote for her.
Yeah.
Like, Lori Lightfoot got so much fucking COVID relief money, and she gave like 70% of it to the police, and did none of the people in the city get it, even though that's who it was for.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and most people don't even know about that shit.
Yeah.
So when we start paying attention to the shit that's affecting us on a day to day, that's around us, and we give a fuck about who the mayor is. Most people, if I go in Chicago right now and I find 10 people and I ask them who Lori Lightfoot was running against, I don't think I'll get more than 3 people that's gonna tell me the correct answer. Like, I don't think that's what's gonna happen. I just saw somebody post Rahm Emanuel's brother, Ari Emanuel, who was talking about Kanye, and they posted him thinking that he was the one that was the mayor. Like, this not him.
Mm-hmm.
So when we start paying attention to shit like that, that's affected us on a level, then we can have some real difference that's starting to be made.
So what's an action-based statement from you? Because it's a lot of educating. We can do this. Y'all should focus on the local elections.
That is the action.
That's the action.
That's the action.
Focus on the local elections.
Yes. And you don't think that's going to make a difference?
No, I said focus on that shit and withhold your vote from the federal. I said that.
But we can't. I'm just saying we can't withhold that vote. We need that vote too.
I'm
it's too much that's affecting that.
Now.
It's too much that's affecting that to go into that. Like, people, we can't afford 4 years of no government assistance. We can't.
I don't think it's gonna be that drastic to where we ain't gonna have government assistance.
But they literally telling you that that's what they want to do. They're telling you that to your face. Like, it's not a conspiracy. It's not a idea that they might do this. This is not a suggestion based on history. This is what they're telling you they're going to do. I'm going to win, so we can take that shit away so that I can lower your taxes. They're telling you that. Like, that's their whole platform. So as long as that's what they open about, I have to believe that that's what they're going to do. I can't think that they're going to do something else when they running on that and been running on that this whole time.
Administrative lags.
Ain't none when they all win.
I don't know, man. I feel like if you balance it out with a Democratic heavy Congress, it can kind of like slow up the progress that the president wants to make. So if we can
absolutely
do that,
can.
And also we can kill the local elections. I think we can do something progressive.
But look, with that, see, the problem is they all work together. So if we have a Democratic majority Congress and we have a Republican president, sure, that means that they can slow down the progress that he wants to make, which is the opposite of progress for us. Mm-hmm. But when we need him to sign off on the shit, that shit is not getting signed. Mm-hmm. So it's gonna work both ways. So all that's gonna do is have 4 years of us sitting in the same position. And most of the time, when the country was stagnant, it was because of that. When we had Obama in place with a Republican-controlled Senate, and everybody like, oh, he not doing shit for black people, it's because he can't. Everything that he's suggesting that he want to get done, they blocking that shit. So at that point, it's like now we just at a stalemate where nothing is happening. But that don't mean that we've been going to get anything from that either. We're not gaining anything.
What I'm basically saying is that we're slowing the process on federal legislation. And we're now putting the focus on local and state, right? Mm-hmm. So if we put people in positions that need to be there in the local and the state, and we slow up and put a pause on what happens federally, then we can help the shit that happens in our home more than what the fuck happens the entire country, over the entire country.
That is correct, but we can do the local shit without the federal. My thing is,
we can.
Pritzker has his own jurisdiction.
Yes.
Pritzker can decide what he wants to do and what he doesn't want to do, and that's why we have shit like Chicago is a sanctuary city.
Yeah.
When we don't fucking turn people over to ICE, even though this is a federal authority. Mm-hmm. We can it with the local shit don't have to coincide with them, except for the laws that the federal people put in place.
Yeah.
So when they put those laws in on the federal level, yeah, that shit matters. But like just slowing it up, and like we can slow up what they do and make progress here, then that means that progress that we made here, we could have did that while also trying to make some progress there.
But that doesn't happen now. So we have to do something different. So maybe we need to put a focus on this local shit first. Because as soon as they say, hey, abortions can be illegal, every state now they already done fucking had they laws put together. They already done made the decision the next day, all right, your niggas can't come here no more. Mm-hmm. That's because they work faster than federal. Federal is a slower process. And so we could just completely slow them down, right, real quick. Get these motherfuckers up out of here that ain't supposed to be here. Get the people in there that's supposed to be in there. In 4 years, we got the people that were supposed to be there so that now when we get to that next election and we choose the president that we feel like gonna give us what the fuck they say they're gonna give us, we now have people that are close at home that are in seats now too that need to be there so that we can all now come together federally and locally at the same time to actually make something happen.
I think ideally that would be correct.
Yes.
I think the reality of the situation is that when the Supreme Court said that, we overturned the right to abortion, the states did move faster.
Yes.
Right? Because all it takes is one governor to make a decision.
Yes.
And that decision is made.
Yes.
So that means that we can put our pressure on the governors that we have now.
Yes.
Regardless of what the fuck they do.
No, we got to change these governors.
You don't like Pritzker? Oh, well, it's Indiana.
I don't like
Indiana
our governor.
I
don't like our governor.
It's the Republican governor, right?
Yes.
And what's
extremely racist?
What's his name?
I don't know the governor's name.
Okay.
To be honest, I just know what he puts in place.
All right.
It's been the same governor for some time, and I still don't know his name because I don't respect him.
And I think that you are an intelligent person.
I can go learn his name if I wanted to on my phone, but I choose not to because I don't respect it.
But the thing is, some names we know just from being tuned in to what the fuck is going on.
Yes.
Right? So that could just be a sign.
Let me just do it for you so that people will not say, hey, she's ignorant, but she has all these opinions. It's a reason behind why I don't care to learn his name.
Yeah,
right?
and so I never ever cared about 6ix9ine. I couldn't avoid him. You see, like so some things.
And I never looked up 6ix9ine's real name.
I have no idea what his name is. Right, but I've been like some things you just run into. So when you are dealing with that
I didn't know
level,
his last name. That's why I didn't want to say it.
You knew the first name?
Eric.
So what's the last name?
Holcomb.
Oh, okay. I know Corey Holcomb.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But so the thing is, there are not too many Republican people who I think are on the right track of anything. But so obviously, whatever Indiana has going on is different from Illinois slightly. But the thing is that pressure can be put in that same place, regardless. So I know what you mean. Like, it's definitely not happening where the people are focused on the local elections and shit like that. But the thing is, it's like everybody knows the president. Everybody knows. It's everywhere. When it's election cycle, we can't escape it. You know, that's what it is. There's a lot of people that don't know that it's an election coming up in a few days. So some of it is the knowledge, some of it is the awareness, some of it is just the accessibility, where those are barriers that don't have to exist, but they do exist for whatever reason. But it's like if I don't like Lori Lightfoot, but I also don't know who is on the city council who has to approve her decisions, then I'm just complaining. And that's all I'm doing. There's no real action behind that. Because, I mean, those are the people who I can talk to. I might not be able to call Lori's office and be, look, auntie, I would never call her auntie. I was fucking around. But I can't call her office and say, Lori, you got to do this.
Yeah. But
the alderman's office is open. I just walk in and open the door like I'm walking into Starbucks, and I can go talk to them.
Yeah.
And tell them, one, I'm not going to fucking vote for you because you got to get voted in too.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean by on the lower positions, where sometimes we wouldn't need as much federal help if the city did what they were supposed to do. Like, so, city of Chicago raised the minimum wage to $15. That's great. People in Springfield don't make that. The government didn't do that. So it's certain things that can change quickly with those levels, and that don't stop me from also paying attention to what's going on federally and knowing that they affect other shit that I also need.
Yeah.
Because if they would have repealed that Obamacare, I wouldn't have no damn treatments. And you know how many people was in there with me? I know they can't afford them bags that the nurse told me was $700,000, which is crazy on its own. That's a whole nother issue. But, you know, like 4 years of that, we're going to lose a lot of people. And they just sitting there suffering because, you know, they not sending out stimulus payments no more, sending out extra shit that we actually need, that they promising to take away. That's big. So we do need to put the pressure on them for sure. 100%. 100%.
Well,
I would never identify as a Democrat. But it's like, you know, a lot of people say we shouldn't have to keep choosing between the lesser of two evils. We shouldn't have to, but we do. If this motherfucker got a gun and this motherfucker say he finna beat your ass, you want to get shot or you want to get your ass whooped? I'm going to take that ass whooping and go about my day. See what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
that's just how it is. I shouldn't have had to choose.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have. But now I know, go a different direction home.
Yeah.
So we do need to go a different direction.
Yes.
But for right now, if them two motherfuckers follow me, and them following me is the equivalent to them being the two powers in control,
yeah,
where they really no other way home,
yeah,
I'm going to keep taking that ass whooping.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, so it's fucked up. It is. But the thing is, I feel like what we have to do is start recruiting people, and we can't think that as black people, we're going to be the ones to go change some shit.
Or
it's 13% of us. It's 13% of the country is black people. And we all don't agree on the same shit. We all don't want the same shit. We got to stop thinking that we going to come and save ourselves from a position that we didn't put ourselves in.
I just want to use your theory. I mean, not your theory, your analogy, real quick.
Okay.
The ass whooping or the get shot.
Mm-hmm.
You said I'm just gonna choose the ass whooping. I shouldn't have to choose, but I'm gonna choose that motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm saying we got the ass whooping and we got the gun, and I gotta get home to get away from both of them. I'm gonna try to run as fast as I can, and if there's a hiding spot, I'm gonna go in that hiding spot first. Stand there as long as I possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as the coast is clear, those two people are still going to be looking for me. But I got now some speed and time to try to get home before they can get me.
Okay. And that sounds like it would be a great plot for a video game.
Yes.
But in reality,
this is a video game.
If you try to go hide, this is a video game. It's close. But in reality, if you try to go hide, you hide in a meth lab, and that bitch about to blow up. That's what's going to happen. We're not all going to make it out of that hiding spot.
Bro.
Somebody's going to leave. Somebody's going to be like, all right, y'all, I'm out. I got to go pick my kids up. And they going to survive. But the meth lab is going to blow up.
It's cool. We ain't got to agree.
Yeah.
But I think we're still on the same page as far as, excuses, train if you all here, because I know that hoe can be extremely loud, but we going longer than we supposed to.
Oh, yeah. So we can start wrapping it up. See, the thing is like, even with this, with us having two different ideas on what we need to do as black people, it's like, there's so many people that don't want to have a conversation.
Yeah.
That are not interested in that. So you got the people who are interested, and then you got the people who are interested who are divided, which just is only limiting the numbers. Versus you got the people who don't give a fuck, and you got the people who are actually against us.
Yes.
You have black people who disagree with everything me and you just said.
Yes.
So shit, them looking like some real big odds. You asking me to go play LeBron James today? I don't have no training time. I'm gonna get
training time not gonna help you.
LeBron gonna dunk on right. I can't train to beat LeBron.
Yeah.
I can't. Somebody might, not me. I'm gonna get dunked on all the way till he win the game, and I'm not gonna score unless he want me to. He might be nice. He seemed like a nice guy, but it's just so few of us that are even thinking this way.
Yes.
So even when we come with different ideas, it's just real limited.
Yeah.
So,
but it's a bunch of reasons for that too. We can't just not know that there are reasons and not just excuses. Because there's a lot of excuses, but there are still reasons.
I would agree. There's reasons for it. It's just whether they're reasons or not, it's still more obstacles that got to be overcame.
Yeah.
So once we have to overcome all of those obstacles, it make it real hard. Make it real hard, and people are burnt out. And I think we are just everybody has different ideas on what's supposed to help. Like you have all the people. I'm not one of those anti-capitalism people, but I also don't believe that black people getting rich is gonna save us. I know that's not how it works.
Yeah.
Even if I could get Jeff Bezos money tomorrow and I could donate all of it,
that ain't gonna help.
You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I just gave all y'all $50. Like that's not doing shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not enough money in the world to change everything, right? Yeah. So it's like it's so many different ideas that people have that I feel like shit. It's a long road.
Yes.
And people have different goals.
Yeah.
I think people are trying to achieve different things.
Yeah.
So with me, it's like I want us to fucking stop dying. And I feel like that's not everybody's goal.
Yeah.
Some people have other goals where they feel like, this is where we need to get. So, but none of that shit. I can't do nothing if I'm dead.
Yeah.
I can't be educated. I can't be rich. I can't be more communal and care about my people if I'm not here to do it.
Yeah. So,
me, it's like removing that kind of power. And obviously, keeping us out of fucking jail. That's really it. That's what I decided to dedicate my life to doing, is keeping us alive and out of jail. But a lot of people don't see that as the finish line, especially considering, shit, everybody's going to die one day anyway. But, like, it don't have to be today.
Yeah. So young.
We don't, right. You know what I'm saying? It's not even just the murders. It's not even just the police killing us. It's the medical shit. So many people having health issues, dying in their 40s and 50s. And, like, bro, this is not fucking ancient Egypt. We shouldn't be dying that fucking early just because. And, like, the medical racism is ridiculous. Like, a lot of people know about that. And it's coming out more.
Yeah.
You had these influential women talk about their troubles giving birth and all of that. Like, people are starting to pay more attention to it. But it's still not really understood.
Yeah.
Like, when we have literally, there's threats coming at us from every angle.
Yeah.
And from the things that are supposed to be resources.
Yeah.
And it's tough. And I think before we could get anywhere to make any kind of progress, I think we need to address what the fuck we want the progress to be. Because we could all be talking about different things. Like Kanye, his goal is putting us in a position that the Jewish people, and he's jealous of their power.
Yeah.
I don't ever want their power. I want there to be no power.
Yes. Yes.
See,
say that again.
So
say that again.
I say I want their power. I want there to be no power.
Yes.
I want everybody to be able to make their own fucking decisions, especially in a place. See, it was like when they taught us capitalism when we were children. It was everybody can go make what they earn. Okay, cool. Well, shit. I ain't gonna stop nobody. Ain't nobody gonna stop me. They didn't tell us that that's not how that works. They didn't tell us that I can't sell what they selling. And it's like, even down to they legalizing weed and all of that. It's legal, but only if I buy it from certain places. That's crazy. I can go buy some weed from the dispensary.
Yeah.
And I decide I don't want it no more. I'm going to jail if I sell it to you. I'm just trying to get my damn money back.
Yeah.
You see, like,
Yeah.
this shit is not right.
Yeah.
You know, so like with all of that, you would think that that's just how it would work, but I think that's how it should work. Where it's like, I don't have any kind of power or influence over you, and you don't have any kind of power or influence over me. And the thing is, some people, even in a system where there are no direct obstacles, everybody still is not going to be able to make the same thing.
Yeah.
We don't all have the same skills, the same drive, or same situation. But I feel like that's where the government's supposed to come in. I feel like we're supposed to be able to make as much money as we can freely and live for as long as we're supposed to live. But then the people who are not able to do that, that they shouldn't have no problem getting that from the government. That's what it's for. It's not a fucking handout. Why does the government exist if it's not to make sure that people can have all of their needs met? If that's not the purpose, then what the fuck is it? Just to sit there and tell us what we can and can't do, for what purpose? What are you gaining from that? If it's not to make sure that the people who are your constituents have their needs met, it's so fucking stupid to me. I don't understand it. So that's why I hate when we get to the whole idea of redistribution of wealth. People are like, oh, you bought this $1 million car. You could have donated that and did this, and that, and all of that shit. Well, when Chance the Rapper donated that $1 million to CPS, where the fuck did it go? Where did it go? Who got the money?
I mean, that's not redistribution of wealth, though.
I'm saying the small amounts of money that we are trying to get from these wealthy people is not making the difference.
Yeah, okay.
So it's like, with that, it's just not enough money because all of these things run on way more. I think people need to look at budgets. People need to look at what the actual budgets are and shit and realize how much money schools need, how much money hospitals need, and all of that kind of shit. And then they can realize that the shit that y'all want these people, the people who are rich to us, way richer than us, have money that most of us probably will never see, they don't have enough either. Not enough for themselves, but like enough to help us. Hell no, they don't have that. So then when you see that, we can focus on going to get it from the right people. So we can focus on Lori Lightfoot giving all the money that the federal government gave her to give to us. That was the whole purpose. We can focus on her giving that to the police so that they could work overtime.
Yeah.
Like, shit like that is ridiculous to me. We can focus on why all of the fucking hospitals in the city of Chicago that are run by the government are the worst ones to go to. We could talk about shit like that. When I stopped saying, oh, damn, Drake shouldn't have no fucking, I don't know how much his plane costs. I forgot. He shouldn't have no fucking plane. Well, all right, if he gave away all of that money, all 12 of us was going to benefit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and of course, there's more than 12 people because it costs some millions. But, like, how many lives can you really change other than just taking the money and putting it directly in somebody's pocket? But even then, let's say you did that. How come I give you $1 million right now? I know damn well you thought about what you would do if you had $1 million before. And you thought about how quickly that shit could be gone, too. You go get you a nice house, that's $300,000. Damn, that was quick. You go pay off loans, let's say you got 50. Damn, now you at 350. Quick as hell, just your loans and the house. Then you gotta have some more money. You gotta keep the house up. You gotta pay that. You might go get you a car or two. You might not go get the most expensive car. You got $50,000. That's 400 right there. $50,000 car. Now you at $600,000 just because you got a house and a car. You think you can't blow through $600,000 if you don't know how to manage it right? You go try to open you a business because you think, oh damn, I got all this money. I don't got to work no more. I'm gonna go open whatever business I thought of that'll work. Go right through that shit. Quick as hell. So a lot of it is like, you just got to realize that that's other people is not where our help's supposed to come from. I'm not supposed to have to help you. If I help you, that's fantastic. That's great. You should appreciate it, and I should feel happy I was able to help. But, like, there's somebody right in front of us who is supposed to do it.
Yeah.
That's like I got little sisters. I got 2 older siblings. I got 2 younger. I'm the middle child, right? So we all do stuff for each other. But at the end of the day, if none of us did for the other one, We wasn't supposed to. I'm supposed to call my parents.
Yeah. Yeah.
My parents were supposed to do it.
Yeah.
So if my little sister don't have everything she's supposed to have for school, she told me she needed it and I bought it for her. Okay, cool, great, thanks. There's no problem in that.
Mm-hmm.
But if she don't have everything for school, you can't judge nobody but my parents.
Mm-hmm.
So when we have a government that's supposed to be taking care of us, that's who I'm supposed to be judging.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'm supposed to go get that shit from. So you're right. We do definitely got to figure out how to get it. But it's not going to come from Kanye. No matter how many billions he say he do or don't got.
Mm-hmm.
That's not where it's going to come from, and that's not where it's supposed to come from. So would it be nice if he did some shit? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be helpful? Can he change some lives? Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody responsibility but Lori Lightfoot's.
Okay.
But JB Pritzker. Y'all changed the fucking lives.
Yes. Okay. That was long.
Yeah, it was long. It was long.
Now, Khyle is definitely somebody who I would say I would love to have as a recurring face on the pod.
I hope y'all want me too.
I think it's very interesting the different commentary I can get from you, from Andre that was on the show, and then my girl Shania. Like 3 different pods, 3 different commentaries, and that's why I think there will be good recurring faces because you're going to get different shit from all 3 of them.
Yeah.
So this episode that me and Khyle just had, this 2 parts, you can expect a lot more of that.
Yeah. And I could have kept talking.
He definitely could have kept talking. This could have been fucking a whole 24 hours.
We done did that before.
Yes, we didn't
So
stay up.
talk till the sun came up and was like, fuck, I got practice in an hour.
Yes,
you know?
you definitly did. I stopped talking to your ass for a little bit. That was too much.
Yeah, we got to talk. We know we got time. I feel you. Because we don't want to know who we said this second part was going to be 45 minutes. It's about to be an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And I don't just talk about like real important shit like that. You know, I got more opinions about music.
Yeah, we can get
and
casual.
sports and shit, you know.
I think that's the Scorpio thing, though. Like, we really care about, like, what you were saying, like, what's more meaningful, basketball or your mama dying?
Right. You know?
We're more so on the meaningful part. Like, it might seem like I'm not on your side, but I'm just playing devil's advocate when I ask questions.
Oh, yeah. That's what's supposed to happen. And because my thing, I feel like people who don't want to be questioned are people who don't have the answer.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just that. You're supposed to ask me the question. Because if I haven't thought that shit through, if I didn't ask myself the question you already asked me, that means I probably shouldn't be giving you that opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't be giving it to you because I didn't think it through.
Yeah.
I'm just out here saying shit.
You should probably think about it.
And right. And that's what Kanye be doing. That's why he be in trouble. He just be saying shit and don't think it through.
Yeah.
Like, before I present some shit, I done thought about it.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't mind being asked.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so anytime a can be, oh, why you got all these questions? Shit, I don't know. They don't know either.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know. That's all it is, man.
Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell if you're on YouTube. And if you are on your favorite streaming platform, thank you for tuning in. And make sure you leave a rating. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just watch the damn podcast.